One of the unique selling points of supported employment are the 12 core values. It recognises that each person is an individual and that support we give should be tailored to each individual.
The first is that people with disabilities, the understanding that people with disabilities can make an active contribution to a workplace, their community. The second is that people should have access to real jobs. So that's jobs where people have the same wage and salary as their colleagues, that they are valued members of their workforce, they've got the same terms and conditions as other people. The third then is zero rejection. So a supported employment service should understand that anybody that wants to work is able to work. So we wouldn't kind of pre-filter people coming onto a supported employment service based on what we assume their skills and abilities to be. Everybody that wants to work should be able to work and should be supported to find a job. The fourth of the core values then is work readiness. Work readiness is not a concept that supported employment subscribes to. People with disabilities, or anybody really, is not going to be ready for work until they're in work. You learn how to do a job by being in a job. So we wouldn't want to kind of hold people off of getting a job because we deem them not to be work ready. Everybody is ready to go into a job and they can learn when they're there.
When we work with people, it shouldn't be an endless stream of employability courses. It should be about getting the person out in the workplace, and they should be able to demonstrate their skills. When I left work, nobody made a judgment as to whether I was work ready or not. So supported employment recognises that, and it's about affording people the opportunity to demonstrate their skills in the workplace, because each workplace is different. The way that you can behave in an office might be different from the way that you can behave in a building site in terms of understanding the culture of the workplace. So supported employment recognises that, and it's about giving people the opportunity to demonstrate their skills and their competence at work.
Which feeds into the next one, which is about job search. So job search in the supported employment process should happen very quickly. What we don't want to do is hold people off and prepare them, because actually getting them into that job, searching for the right job needs to happen immediately so that they can learn what the job is when they're in the job. The sixth value of the 12 is about choice and control. So the person with a disability going into employment should have choice about what that employment looks like and control over the process and how that happens. It's their journey. Number 7 is about engaging people's circles of support. So whilst people with disabilities are, have choice and control over their own process, it's recognising that people's circles of support are very important in helping them get a job and helping them maintain a job. So a supported employment service should engage that person's circle of support, and that could be family, support workers, kind of paid people in that person's life. It could be somebody's neighbours if they've got an active role in that person's life and their career aspirations. Number 8 is about social and economic inclusion. So people with disabilities should have access to being valued members of both their community and their workplace. And it kind of recognises that work is a way for somebody to be valued.
Also, the social side of it. 42% of us meet our partners in the workplace. So supported employment recognises that people with disabilities should be afforded the same rights as other people within society.
This is about ensuring that people have good experiences. We want people to feel positive about going into work. We want it to be something that adds things to people's lives, and that it isn't just about money, because it isn't just about money for everybody else that goes to work. We go to work for so many other reasons in terms of the social position that it gives us in our communities. And actually, we need to make sure that we're also thinking about all of those things when we are supporting disabled and neurodivergent people through employment support.
The 9th then is that employers are customers. Like a person with a disability is a customer of supported employment, the employer is equally a customer, and that's recognised, I think, in the 5 core stages of supported employment. Supported employment also is also built on the social model, which subscribes that somebody's disability is actually a result of societal attitudes, societal barriers. It's an important definition, so it's not that the person that is disabled, it is the environment that is disabling them. And then the last core value is around career development, so making sure that people have access to ongoing support that allows them to think about what their future goals are. So it's not just your first job, but what's the next job going to be, how you're going to develop when you're in your role. A supported employment provider that subscribes to the 12 core values and that embodies that in their practice, they have much better quality and much higher outcomes for people with disabilities. So you will see a direct correlation between those that can evidence that they have the values underpinning their practice, with people going into meaningful kind of long-term employment.